Hi, I'm Dave, the host and creator of Dopey, the podcast on drugs, addiction, and dumb shit. Everyone has been saying I should start making YouTube videos, so I figured I'd start with something I know nothing about, the Daily Reflections. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I know it's gonna be great. Trust me.
Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now a YouTube show. Good morning, Dopey.
Good morning, Dopey. My name is Dave, and this is Good Morning Dopey, a foray into the world of daily reflections, which is a weird thing to do. I've never successfully read the daily reflections. In fact, today might be the first day I've actually spent time reading one. It's very dense. It's confusing. I'm a little bit dense and confused. But before we get into this at all, I want to make a disclaimer. Good Morning Dopey does not represent Alcoholics Anonymous, nor the Daily Reflections, and my opinions have no bearing on the cost of tea in China or any other highfalutin information that goes on with Daily Reflections, AA, Incorporated, blah, 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 whatever. You understand? Don't take this too seriously. I'm just trying to unlock the secrets of the Daily Reflections. I'm unlocking them for you. I'm unlocking them for me. And I'm sure there are some really smart people who are watching this, and I mean, you'd question your intelligence if you actually watch the whole thing, but smart people who are watching this who know about Daily Reflections, write something in the comments, try to help make sense of this to me, to the other people watching. We need help. This is all about helping each other. It's all about improvement, right? It's like, and I have to say that if you had told me 7 years ago that I would try to make a YouTube show on Daily Reflections, I would have said you were fucking crazy. I'm a drug addict. I have a little bit of time sober, around 6 years, whatever. But the point is, like, I never thought that I would be involved in something like this. And I'm just trying to make sense of this to help the next guy make sense of the Daily Reflections and throw some shit on YouTube, because why not? Anyway, it is the 10th month of the year, October. And the 10th step in AA says, when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it. This is a great step for me because I am a perennial fuck up. And when I do things wrong, the fact that there is a 10th step to say that I should admit it when I did it wrong, it makes it easier for me to live with myself. So it's very easy for me to do a 10th step if I fuck up. Doing this whole Daily Reflections video might be a fuck up, so I'm going to apologize to everybody who's watching it before I even start. So I'm sorry if I get this wrong. That's my 10th step on this dumb video. And also in AA, there's steps, but there is also traditions. And the tradition in, I lost it. Let's find it. 10th tradition in AA. It's about controversy. The tradition is Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues, hence the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. What does that mean? It means that AA doesn't care if you're vaccinated or if you believe the vaccine is actually little microchips, or if it believes that the vaccine is actually like a marinade for aliens so that you'll taste better when they invade the planet. AA has no opinion about that. AA doesn't care what kind of chocolate you like. AA doesn't care if you're a Trumper, a Biden guy, whatever. It doesn't give a fuck. Anyway, here's the daily reflection for October 31st. Avoiding controversy. All history affords us the spectacle of striving nations and groups finally torn asunder because they were designed for or tempted into controversy. What does this mean? It means it's all about distractions. If you are forgetting the purpose, like a nation or a group has a purpose of being together, like, I don't know if you guys are fans of the Dopey podcast, but the audience of the Dopey podcast are called the Dopey Nation. They have a Facebook group called Dopey Nation on Facebook. And recently there has been a situation where the group has been torn asunder based on some people who believe in abstinence and 12-step shit, and other people believe that they should be allowed to take medicine to help them, medical assisted treatment. I personally don't have an opinion. I just know for me, abstinence has worked. I hate that the Dopey Nation has been torn asunder or fucked up through this division, through this controversy. So we are going to avoid controversy, and we're going to stay on the path. And the path says we help each other to not drink and to stay sober. Anyway, let me keep going. Others fell apart because of sheer self-righteousness. I hate sheer self-righteousness. Sheer self-righteousness is the worst kind of any self-righteousness. And while trying to enforce upon the rest of mankind some millennium of their own specification. I don't know what that means at all. Like, I'm sorry. Some millennium of their own specification. Again, any Daily Reflection sponsors, please write in the comments because I don't know what that means. But what I assume it means is when you're self-righteous, you're not particularly helpful. So check yourself if you're very self-righteous, because self-righteousness is not a good quality. Anyway, as an AA member and sponsor, I know I can cause real damage if I yield to temptation and give opinions and advice on another's medical, marital, or religious problems. I am not a doctor, counselor, or lawyer. And then again, what if you are a doctor, a lawyer, a counselor? I think what it's saying is if you are, you cannot give advice on these things unless they're actually asking for those things. As a sponsor in AA, as a fellow in AA who wants to help you, the idea is to help them by saying how you stayed the path. And again, if you have any thoughts about this, please let me know. Write it in the comments, share, be open. This is a community, right? You guys are in this stupid community where I don't know anything about the Daily Reflections, and yet I'm trying to make sense of it for me, and maybe some of you guys will get something out of it too. I cannot tell anyone how he or she should live. However, I can share how I came through similar situations without drinking and how AA's steps and traditions helped me in dealing with my life. All right. I used to do a lot of drugs. I am a heroin addict. I've been sober for 6 years. Did I say that before in this video? Maybe. Forgive me if I repeated myself. Write it in the comments if I repeated myself. Just don't tell me I'm ugly in the comments. Or if you have to make a comment that I'm ugly, feel free. I can handle it. Now, what it's saying is, more than anything, the lesson of this whole thing is that, first of all, it is not easy to get sober. Like, that's not the lesson, but that's reality. And one of the tools that I like in getting sober are distractions. Like, if you're halfway through the day and it's one of your first days, I always suggest to people to watch a lot of TV, to eat something that makes them feel good, to read a book, to get off of their attention off of their misery, to get out of your head. And I don't think that this daily reflection is in opposition of that. I think the idea is not to get caught up in something that divides you with your fellows. Stay focused on doing the next right thing. Stay focused on having a sober existence. Keep your eyes on the prize, eyes on the ball. However, again, for me in the beginning, getting distracted was amazing to keep my sobriety because that's how I got my first few days. So this is interesting because it's both ways. I say it's called avoiding controversy. So I distraction is okay. Controversy isn't. Like a happy distraction, a positive distraction can help a day be easier to get through. A controversy can create misery, and misery is what triggers us to having the next drink or drug or whatever. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Again, this is the first daily reflection video. It is not particularly graceful or insightful, but I think I understand avoiding controversy now. If you guys do, let me know. And I don't know. Good luck. Avoid controversy. Do the next right thing. Keep it simple. I can't believe I'm saying all these fucking AA cliches. Forget all that stuff. Just try to have a nice time. Have as much fun as you can. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris.